Althaïr by Parfums de Marly. I'm Andrew Douglas Lane. This is the Douglas Moon Fragrance channel where I give my honest thoughts and opinions unedited of the fragrances that I review. I am not a professional perfumer. I am not professional in any way, shape, or form other than the fact that I've been passionate about fragrances since I was about 4 years old and I first came across ones that my mother was wearing and it really inspired me and meant something to me. And perfumery and fragrances is one of the deepest ways that we humans connect to one another and really speaks to your soul and makes you make memories and create things that matters to us. Makes an impression. And if you want to make an impression, I'm going to go ahead and say ahead of time that my personal experience with this is it does just that. Because prior to smelling this was the first Parfums de Marly fragrance that I'd ever actually smelled and gave a shot. I had only ever been using designer fragrances like Dior, nothing wrong with that. Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, however you pronounce those companies. I'm sorry, I'm from the American South, so I may be saying them wrong. I might have even said the name of this wrong. But this one spoke to me so deeply that it was one of the few times that I was like, hey, I just got my taxes back. I have to have it immediately. Now I branched off into more PDMs, Parfums de Marly fragrances, but this one just came out in 2023. It was suggested as the first one to try when I went to a Nordstrom, and it blew my mind. Before I get into my review, I cannot recommend enough that you never just buy something as much as you can help it based off of what somebody like me or anyone else says about a fragrance. You should go if you can, to smell ones in person. Certain ones like Xerjoff Naxos, which I recently did a review of, you can't go to most stores, at least here, like in North Carolina. I don't know about where you are, and smell them. This one, on the other hand, you can go to any Nordstrom near you, I believe, and at least where I'm at, you can do so and give them a try, and I really recommend doing that. And instead of putting them on a piece of paper, put them on your hand if you can, put them in different places of your arm, and wear them around for a while. Get to know the top notes and the middle notes and the lasting full dry down notes, because what you smell on a piece of paper is not necessarily going to be how it's going to feel throughout time. With that being said, and all that babble out of the way for 2 minutes, welcome to my channel and let's talk about this. What spoke to me the most was the fact that this fragrance, well, I'm going to tell you the notes. The top notes are going to be bergamot, orange blossom, I believe, and like cinnamon with a vanilla a bourbon vanilla is more in the middle notes, at least is what's on the website, what was originally on the bottle. And then underneath it you have musk and praline, and I can say that what spoke to me is that this reminded me of something very familiar. As soon as you open up the bottle, as soon as you open up, you take the cap off of this. By the way, I love these heavy caps. I know a lot of people actually I've seen on Reddit don't like it so much, but I think it's fantastic. These aren't the flashiest bottles ever, and yet something about them just speaks to me. But as soon as you take the cap off, you don't even have to do that while it's in the bottle for it to just come on. It's going to be a terrible word to use, but I use it often. It reeks out. It's vibrant and speaks right off of the bottle without even having to take the cap off when you just got the box in your hand. Very powerful, like everything you can expect from this house, Parfums de Marly. But out there, it has this orange sickle quality to it, or orange cream scone or cake. And yet it's not cheap. When I say orange sickle, orange cream scone, something like that, you might think of like a cheap dessert, maybe like a woman's fragrance or something. Could be unisex that you would pick up at like a Bath and Body Works or something. But yet, even though this has a familiar, youthful, desserty type of smell to it, it's luxurious. It's different. Like I said, I smelled mostly designer fragrances prior to actually smelling this for the first time, and most of them have something about them. If you've never smelled a more, I believe this is considered niche. If you've never smelled something a little more on the luxurious or the niche end, typically those types of things will speak to you because there are very well done designer, average, everybody's probably got one from Sephora fragrances. But this one is so beautiful and creamy, and it's familiar but unique. The vanilla, the cinnamon, but with the orange blossom, like I said, it gives it, and the bergamot just gives this perfect blend that makes you think of that creamsicle feel. And yet it's like if a millionaire went somewhere in Italy, I believe, and had like an orange creamsicle sorbet or something made for them, that's what would be coming off of this. I love it. And the atomizer, pretty standard for these. A nice little mist that comes out. You can't really see it here in this video. That's the problem with seeing these videos. But as soon as I smell it, as soon as I spray it, it fills up this whole space that I'm in right now. Obviously, this was just done in front of me. But the first thing I'm getting hit with is this. It doesn't feel fake, cheap. It feels extremely like a warm blanket wrapped around you. It's extremely luxurious and smells like something that costs, I know that retail, I believe this is $395, $400, $415, something like that if you get it at regular price. On the other hand, even though this just came out in 2023, I got this off of, I believe, Max Aroma. I got this off of Max Aroma. I typically like to get everything that I get off of there. I might try things in store. Again, cannot recommend enough that you do that. But if you get the chance, go to discounter sites. I recently found out, because if you go to Max Aroma, go to Fragrance Net, somewhere like that, I believe Joma's shop, you can trust what you're getting from them. I've ordered over 50 plus at this point, or 40 so plus fragrances from those sites. And most of the time they are close to new. Some of them are a little bit, maybe like a year or 2 or 3 older. But overall, they are the real product. They are making sure they're sending you exactly what you paid for and not some fake or a dupe of that thing that's been repackaged. And I got this, I believe, for like $250, something along those lines. So compared to store price, it's not a horrible job. It's not a horrible price. But again, back to the fragrance. The price is great if you get it on a discount. Don't purchase it in a store unless you just don't care to wait for it to come in and you've got the money to spare. But some of us who also work regular jobs, that is my life. I work I work 10-hour shifts, 4 days a week, work really hard. I don't want to just throw my money away if I can help it, even for those of us who are passionate and have hobbies like this. But it is very much worth the money because it is powerful. It lasts on you, even though at times I myself have thought I've gone potentially nose blind. I can say that this one hasn't really done that to me. Everyone that I work with has smelled this on me and said that it's very much appealing. Like no matter who I walk past, it's not niche to the point in any way, shape, or form that it can't be fun and familiar and lure people in no matter what they're into. Because it has that sweet, creamy, delicious vanilla with the orange blossom underneath it, that praline, that musk. My wife pronounces it praline or whatever. It's praline here where I'm from. She's from Pennsylvania. It just has this beautiful, sweet, creamy feel, but there's something different to it. Something about the way it all blends together and that little bit of cinnamon coming through it with the bergamot. It's very ethereal to me. I know that this scent profile might not seem like that to a lot of people. To me personally, it takes me to another place. It makes me really feel and see colors similar to the bottle. Orange, I get the browns. I'm getting like a creamy white with even a little bit of gold underneath. I'm just seeing it all swirl together, and like I said, it feels like a nice, beautiful, delicious, odd word to choose, but delicious cashmere blanket wrapped around me, and it lasts forever. The projection coming off of me roughly at about 1.5 feet, 2 feet for the first few hours, more close, about a 0.5 foot to a foot for me personally. Again, my skin, if you watch Aaron Terrence Hughes, one of my absolute favorites, cannot recommend him enough. He is my favorite. He was my inspiration originally to get into doing fragrance YouTubes because, again, I've been passionate about fragrances since I was a child. And when I saw his reviews, including Althaïr, I thought, I would love to do this. And I learned from him that if you have skin like mine, tattooed skin, or even certain people like me, I have eczema, it can be really hard to hold fragrance. Most of everything I've tried from Parfums de Marly, even with my Latent exclusive, which was a brand new store-bought fragrance, instead of ordering it from a discounter from an older batch, they still stick to me well. Some people complain about batch issues and longevity and performance, but even me personally, everyone's different. Your hormones are different. For me, this brand has not let me down so far. And this fragrance in particular is a powerhouse. It will last. It will last. Even if you believe you're starting to become a little bit more intimate, I've walked past people with this on my clothing. I've done about 3 sprays on average, maybe 4, on the neck near the pulse points, because they say that, again, I'm no professional, but it heats up and has it come off of you. On the shirt, and then 1 on the back of the neck, and every now and then 1 on my hand, just so I can continue to smell it throughout the day. And this Althaïr by Parfums de Marly has really lasted. The few times I've worn it, everyone that I work with, again, has continued to smell me through my 10-hour shift until the point where we're leaving for the day. Even when I get home, my wife can still smell it on me, even if it's a little bit more intimate. It doesn't create this powerful wall, but it does have a beautiful sillage. And I'm still smelling it so passionately and strong in this room, and it's just elegant. Like, I wish this was a Glade plug-in or home spray so that it would just last forever. I'm definitely not, for the price, going to waste this. But I would say for sure this is worth it. I haven't done a lot of fragrances recently that I'm bad talking, so I'm not going to say that I approve every fragrance that I've purchased or that I do. I'll do some soon that I very much am not a fan of, or at least took me a while to get used to. But I cannot stop talking about how much ones like these, it is worth it if you get it for a discount. Again, if you've got the money and you don't mind throwing it away, sure. But in US dollars, if you can get it for the $250, $275 mark, it is worth that price, 100%. You're going to get what you want for out of this, but the fragrance is going to be something so different. It's not going to be like Carlisle by Parfums de Marly or Ojan, which are wonderful fragrances, but you've got to be a very distinct type of person to even enjoy them at all. And then other people around you, especially potentially women that I've had with me, including my wife especially, smell those fragrances and not really be a huge fan of, or depending on her mood at least. This one, under every circumstance, under every day, mood, and weather, she's appreciated it. So I cannot recommend this one enough. And if you want to get the chance, go to your nearest Nordstrom, give it a smell. I always recommend that. But again, Althaïr, Parfums de Marly, price, at least if you get it from a discounter, I give it 7. Fragrance overall, the combination, the orange blossom, the vanilla, the cinnamon, the bergamot, the praline, the musk. I don't remember the other flavor scents in the profile. I think of flavors a lot. I don't know why, but the delicious and things like that is what comes to me a lot when I think of fragrances. But that profile, these things really speak to me, and it comes out so strong, so unique. This is not like something else you're going to find. There might be things that are similar to it. I've even come across, I'm not going to bring it up in this video, I'm not going to make a video probably about it, but I've come across a dupe of this. You're going to hear different opinions online, but me personally, don't waste your time. Some dupes are fantastic. For me personally, if you're not a professional and you just want something cheap and close to the mark, but you might as well get this. If you're going to invest some money in a more higher end fragrance, please get this. It will do the job. It will last. I'm not sponsored. I'm giving you my honest thoughts as somebody who also works hard for our money and wants to have a collection that we appreciate. And from me to you, I recommend this. Could not recommend this enough. If you like sweet, creamy, with a hint of orange, but not too, I hate grapefruit. I hate too much citrusy lemon. I prefer things that are more on the softer side. The orange blossom in this is so beautiful, so well done, blends so well with the rest of the scents profile. It's like if you added orange cream or an orange cream glaze on top of coffee cake with like a lighter amount of cinnamon. Not too strong, just more vanilla cream glaze, donut glaze strong. And that's a lot, but it smells amazing, smells luxurious. Cannot say enough. The musk and everything just blends so well with this. I highly recommend it. So for me personally, 9.5, 9.7 out of 10 fragrance overall. One of my absolute favorites. And sorry for rambling so far. But again, this is my channel, and I just try to be honest with you guys, unedited, and tell you exactly how I feel about the fragrances I'm reviewing. Because maybe there's a lot of channels out there, again, that I deserve love for what they're doing. But I think maybe the more sponsored a channel is, sometimes they say things that can encourage people to go spend their money without thinking. Kind of like impulse buying at the front of a shop. But there's also a lot of channels out there who are giving you their honest thoughts, and I want to be a part of them so that we can encourage people. Enjoy what you smell. Try things out. Don't be afraid to be different, to give things a shot, even if it's not something that you've experienced before profile-wise. But don't just throw your money away because something's got a lot of hype behind it. This is worth any hype that it has, but you still need to give it a shot before you spend your money. But if you do, give it a shot, and you love it, it's worth it. You will get what you want out of it. So thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, please feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos. I'm working on slowing down my pace of speech and trying to be a little bit more welcoming. I talk really fast, I think really fast, and sometimes I don't realize how that's coming across, especially in videos like these. But I want to be more welcoming and calming for everyone. So thank you for watching. God bless you all. Everyone's always welcome to this channel, no matter who you are, your walk of life, your creed, your background. Doesn't matter to me as long as you're being good towards others and are trying to create a welcoming and loving space for everyone on this earth. So God bless you all. Thank you, and I love you. And I'll see you guys next time. And subscribe, leave me your thoughts, whatever you've got to say. So Andrew Douglas Lane, Douglas Moon Fragrance Channel, Althaïr by Parfums de Marly. Love you guys.